team have been studying all night. Well, maybe not all night because Sam's bedtime is 8 o'clock. So, but we are going to go for our selections now, and we're going to start with Gary Woods, who you have 4 selections for us today, don't you?
I believe so. Yeah, I've been forced into 4. I've managed to find 4.
Forced into 4.
Well, the first one is El Viento in the Stewards Cup consolation race. I think he's back down to a mark that's going to get him involved. You know, you are taking a chance in a 28-runner handicap, but I think he's fairly priced, so he'll do for me in that. I did have 4 selections, as we remember. Enraptured is out. So
that's coming back to bite you.
That's it. Just the 3 selections from me. I'm going to put my neck on the line and go Zofina in the 255 for the reasons I've just given. She's improving in maidens, got a favourable mark. 28-1, she's worth a go. And I'm fairly confident in Seeking Magic in the Stewards Cup. Quite quietly confident, so. Yeah,
you've been oozing confidence since you came into the studio.
I suppose we'll stick with that. Yeah, we'll go with that.
Yeah. As mentioned, we've all got selections today, and next in line is Billy Blakeman, who is our resident handicap, well, big price winner, isn't it?
Yeah, any one of these will do, Luke, to be honest. We're going to go for the 205 at Goodwood, the consolation race. I do like Huntsman's Close. I felt he hasn't really settled or had the race run to suit the last twice. To me, retains a little bit of potential. I've taken the headgear off him with Roger Charlton, got a decent draw, huge price. So I'll go with Huntsman's Close. Second, the Stewards Cup, got to have a tip in that. Obviously, I do like Seeking Magic with Gary, but I'm going to go just with Ninjago and Melissa. Take the point, he's not seemingly anything in hand of his mark, but he is a nice 4-year-old colt. He ran well last year, and this is a 3-year-old. Came from a long way back, and I think he could just be managed to get up in the 32 red Stewards Cup. And then, as I like to do, we're going to go to Lingfield and look at some sort of Class 6 handicaps. And the 530, we've got a couple of favourites here, sort of Bel Bayardo and Word Is My Bond, and you kind of want to take those on. So I do like Flamber Breeze, I just mentioned, but we're Cabolo in the race. He's had about 70 races in his career, and he's got. You know, nothing really. He hasn't really got a winning profile, but he's with joined Philip Kirby, and I think Philip Kirby will get a win or 2 out of him. He's down in the handicap. He's come a long way for this, and you know, Philip Kirby wouldn't send too many down to Lingfield. And just he was a big sort of price at 12-14-1. So in value terms, I'll go Rio Cabolo. The 630 Lingfield, I did like Gentleman for Mick Chanham. He's got good, decent form at Lingfield on the turf. He goes very well for Charles Bishop. He's dropped down to a good mark. I just thought everything looked right for him, really, and at 12-1, again, he's not kind of high profile that people are going to look at and pick him out, and I just thought he was a big price. So in terms of value, we're going to go for Gentleman and 630 Lingfield.
We're going to go for our selections now. We're halfway through the team. Sam Boswell, we're going to go for your 4 now.
Lovely. I'll keep it short and sweet, Luke. So we've mentioned the first one, which is going to be at Goodwood in the 315. Amazing Maria. We've got 8-1 on the screen there. I think you probably get a little bit bigger. I was hoping for rain. Unfortunately, it isn't materialising. So if it does rain, I definitely wouldn't put you off that one. Going over to Lingfield this evening, where I'm going to be tonight, I was trying to find something a little bit out there. And Al's Memory back on turf could be one to watch. I think it was about 15-2 last time I checked. So I'd have a little look at that one in the marketplace if you want to have a play this evening to regain any losses from Goodwood. At Goodwood, in the last there, the 535, Flying Bear each way, loses Ryan Moore. Game's a useful claimer, and I think potentially is a good each-way price. And at Galway, I've gone for a shorty just as an excuse to mention Galway. What a fantastic week it's been over there in Ireland. I know plenty of my Irish friends and followers have been over there enjoying a few Guinnesses and hopefully picking the winners out. It's a Dermot World thing. It's far too short to back as a serious tip, but I hope you've had a great week at Galway. It's always fantastic to see some good mixed festivals over the sea. Back to Luke.
Yes, back to me indeed, and I have some unfortunate news, I think, for Peter Finch. A bit of news circulating on Twitter that Rainbow Rock is a non-runner due to him being lame. That's not confirmed yet, but I will try and confirm that as soon as possible. But we can pop over to Peter Finch, who, if his tips were a report card, it would say must do better.
It would actually have PPP, PPUF by my form figures at the moment. But the jumping season's only a couple of months away, and that's where R5. And I've done really well last year, so, you know, but if Rainbow Rock is a non-runner, that was one of my first selections at Goodwood. I felt that if King's feet was going to get beat, it was going to be Rainbow Rock, who slew through the field in the week, but the extra 2 furlongs I think would have suited today, but obviously it doesn't run, it doesn't win. Narmeen, Goodwood, 3:15. We've already discussed that, and I didn't put that in after Mr. Jones gave it, but that's a selection of mine. I think the 4-year-old will take that. Doncaster 4:25. The Queen owns a horse called Border Legend. Carries top weight. I think there's only 2 horses in this race that can win. It was around about 3-1. Border Legend, Doncaster 4:25. Now in the race that they spent probably about 20 minutes on, the 3:50 at Goodwood, they spent a little time talking about the Newmarket 2:20 as sort of saying, oh look, I don't know the winner of this, I'm giving you the winner of this. It's Marmoon is the winner of that Newmarket race. They've got very little coverage today, so if you've got your pen and papers, write those out, and in fact Marmoon could be the best bet for me today. They're going, oh, what you talk's a load of rubbish. Whatever you're doing today, bet safely, bet what you can afford, and there are some terrific races, certainly at Goodwood today. So all the very best. We'll get back to Luke for his selections, and also going to speak a bit about the big German race on Sunday.
Yeah, unlike Peter Finch hanging on to last year's escapades, I'm going to be still hopefully in a good form after today. We're going to start off in the 205 at Goodwood with Barnet Fair, who there are a little bit of doubts about 6 furlongs, whether he's as good over that. Probably not as good, but last time out was staying on nicely. Maybe got a bit daunted by the field coming across him, and he ran on once he got to the rail, beaten by Racy. How many times can we say that? The 240 at Goodwood is King's Fate, who I think I've said enough about on today's show, and if Rainbow Rock is actually out of that race, then that would make King's Fate's task much easier, but the price, I'm afraid, would go. So I hope you took the 3-1 earlier on, as Andrew Griffiths said, for Betfred. The 350 at Goodwood, the Stewards Cup, the one that Peter's been moaning at us for covering it for way too long. I don't think we covered it for long enough, in my opinion. Intrinsic is what I'm going for. I've been waiting for this one for so long. I backed him for the Wokingham. I didn't get in, so I got my money back, thankfully. But I just think that sort of relocated to here, the Stewards Cup could be right up his street. A little bit of rain wouldn't go amiss. In the last race, Peterkin ran at Chester. You never see a horse go faster around the 5 furlongs at Chester. Then went to Ascot and was third behind Barnet Fair, who was in second that day. Maybe just caught him out a stiffer 5 furlongs. Goodwood downhill. It's one of the fastest 5 furlongs